Lucy, the proprietor of a newly established coffee shop, had recently arrived in town. Having opened her charming coffee shop just 3 months ago, she was still considered a fresh face in the community. Eager to connect with the locals and forge meaningful friendships, she looked forward to getting to know the residents in the area. Alongside her personal aspirations, Lucy held a strong desire for her coffee shop to thrive sustainably within the community. One day, she had just opened for business and was sitting outside the coffee shop. She welcomed her 3 employees as they arrived and enjoyed the morning sunshine while sitting on the sidewalk. As a 42-year-old widow, she had gotten to the point in her life where she just wanted to rest and not stress. She walked into the coffee shop as the first few customers were trickling in. She enjoyed making small talk with the recent regulars, and she got too happy every time she reached the orders right. "Lucy, what's your story? Why did you choose to move to our little town?" one customer asked. "Well, when I became a young widow a few years ago, I promised myself to fulfill all the promises my husband and I made to one another," Lucy replied. "Wow, that's so beautiful," the customer said. "Yeah, we dreamed about me being a business owner for a long time. I was scared because I had gotten too used to having a set salary, so making this move was very difficult," Lucy said. "Well, you've outdone yourself. I like this place," the customer smiled and walked out. This made Lucy feel encouraged, and she loved it when customers complimented her coffee shop. She worked hard to make sure it suited all the residents. She also noted that an older man would walk by the coffee shop every morning. He always walked towards the subway with a full bag and walked back with a bouquet. "What do you know about that old man? I'm curious about him and his routine," Lucy said to her waiter, Phil. "Well, I've lived here all my life, and I worked at the shop next door before it closed down," Phil started. Yes, Phil, I know. Please answer my question," Lucy said. "Okay, well, I've seen him walk past this street for 10 years now. Every day he walks to the subway with a full bag and comes back with a bouquet every evening. And I don't know why," Phil said. Lucy was disappointed in Phil's answer, and she needed more answers about the older man. The following day, Lucy told her staff that she would be going on an adventure. "I'm going to follow the old man and see where he ends up every day with his bag," Lucy said. Her staff was weary of her idea, but they were also encouraging. As soon as the older man walked past her coffee shop, she quietly followed him. He got onto the train for about 15 minutes and after that took a bus to a small village outside town. Lucy was even curious about what he would be doing in the area, so she kept following him. When he got off the bus, he was greeted by many excited children. Lucy stayed back and watched him. He handed the children toys and food and seemed to know all of them. The parents in the village greeted him with joy, and one of them gave him a bouquet of flowers. He sat and spoke with the parents for a few hours, making jokes along the way. Lucy decided to walk up to him and confessed that she had followed him all day. "Hey, I'm Lucy. I saw you give everything you had in your bag to the children. Do you do that all the time?" Lucy asked. The older man introduced himself as Carl. "I come here every day to bring some joy to these kids. It's the only way I can ease my heartache at losing my daughter," he said. "What do you mean?" Lucy asked. "Well, a very long time ago, I met a beautiful woman and fell in love instantly. I pursued her, and we got married. When she fell pregnant with our daughter, she changed," Carl explained. Lucy was engrossed in the story. "She decided to run away with our child when she was only 6 months old," Carl continued. "Every time I come here, I feel a little better to know that some children are being taken care of, even if I don't know where mine is," he added. But as Lucy asked him more questions about the mother of his child, Carl noticed she had tears in her eyes. "What's going on? Are you okay?" he asked. "My mother got sick a year ago and told me the story of my dad after keeping it from me my whole life," Lucy cried. "I moved here to fulfill my dream of opening a coffee shop, and I chose this area because my mother said you lived here. She told me your name is Carl. Father, have I found you?" she tearfully asked. Carl was shocked. "Lucy, my child, I never thought I would get to see my daughter again," he shouted. Hand in hand, Carl accompanied Lucy as they strolled through the quaint village, warmly introducing her to both parents and children. Overwhelmed with joy at their reunion, Carl couldn't contain his excitement and shared his entire life story with her in a single day. "I never want to lose you again," he expressed sincerely to Lucy. From that day onwards, the two became inseparable. Every morning, Carl would visit Lucy's coffee shop, and every afternoon, Lucy would venture into the village. They even collaborated in preparing meals for the children at her coffee shop, solidifying their bond through their shared compassion for others. Carl was overjoyed to have finally reconnected with his daughter, and Lucy, in turn, felt a deep sense of belonging to the town, knowing she had found her father and a place to call home.